as in alligator. L also in alligator. But it's not alligator. It's the Al Travis Show.
Let's break into the FBI.
Oh, come on, Captain. This is such a big moment. Say it with more gusto.
Indeed, like this. Let's break into the FBI. Oh, I see.
I had a towel, and now it's disappeared.
There's a towel on the back of the door.
Oh, that one has dirt on it.
That's not dirt. I used it to kill a bug.
Keep going.
All day.
I got it all day,
I do this all day, Winston.
Hey, how long can you do this for?
I can do this all day.
I got it all day, too.
It's the Al Travis Show, and you know it had been a big phone call. Just as we were going on, my next guest, Senator Putnam, grabs the phone, and he's like, yes, Mr. Governor, I would love to chat with you about that, but I've got the Al Travis Show. I could read your lips. Is that basically what was going on?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, Governor. State emergency? Yes, I know. I'll call it in 30 minutes. Thank you for pushing him off until we could discuss these fabulous things. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. It's a good morning. It's a beautiful day.
Good. And you know what? Actually, it is. I think we went through winter down here. We golfed on Monday, Tuesday. We had an inch and a half of snow on like Thursday, Friday. That is now gone, and we have 60 degrees coming up on Thursday. I think we had that week-long endurance we did call winter in Minnesota. I'm very excited about global warming, to be quite frank with you.
You know, I was down in your neighborhood yesterday, actually, at the statewide Veterans Day celebration.
In Mankato, and you didn't call me?
Sorry about that. I was there.
See, because somebody must
to borrow a cup of milk or something.
What's wild about that, too, I find out about that's the first time like they've had that out state Minnesota. It's always been in Minneapolis or St. Paul, you know, so you're letting some of us have some scraps out here. I don't find out about it until it's after it's over. You got invited?
Well, I'm the chair of the Veterans Committee. It wasn't for the people, it was for people.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
You know what's actually genuinely super cool? There were 2 WW2 vets there.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? We're getting to like, these are the last of a handful. I mean, it's good. Well, and thank you. And thanks for celebrating Veterans Day. I love that. I got to ask you this because you're on also besides Veterans Committee, you're on the Ag Committee. You're like the head guy on the Ag Committee. And I'm not completely understanding the story. And I think I'm getting lost between hemp and marijuana. And I'm sure that's the kicker, but some of this overlaps. So in Minnesota, we have this hemp industry that make rope and stuff, and I don't think anybody cares about people who make rope. I'm sorry. But as far as the drinks that they make, you can get THC, which is the marijuana getting high thing. You can get that out of hemp. And in Minnesota, we let them put it in like beverages. I'm going to be truth and I've never had one. I don't even do energy drinks. I'm a Mountain Dew guy. But that can have like 0.5 THCs in a milligram. Don't trust me. I don't. But that's been going on for a while, right? And that's how big an industry is that in Minnesota, this squeezing hemp for your THC and putting it in seltzer? Is that
it's actually super growing, and it's really fascinating. Yeah. When we legalized a couple of years ago, ag was one of the spaces where we had some of the biggest weed on weed violence, I guess. Like, are you because you can't well, I basically come to think, it was like you said, an energy drink. It's like the opposite of an energy drink. It's like a non-energy drink. I don't know what it is, but like, so,
is it really? Does it? I don't know what it does.
But it's this fascinating kind of conflict between hemp growers and cannabis growers because they're not the same folks. It's the same plant by and large, but you do something differently. Like one has been fertilized and one hasn't been. I don't fully understand that, but it's there's distinctions in how you grow it. Once they're different kinds of farmers. That's the key. Farmers.
Okay. But the hemp thing we've had for a long time, though, that wasn't 2 years ago. It was the marijuana thing that was 2 years ago, and that got us a problem.
Right. Okay, and that's part of the challenge is as we legalized the recreational use, it caused problems for the more industrial use because of the different kinds of laws around the different kinds of uses of the plant. But there's some really cool stuff going on with hemp. People can make hempcrete now. Like they make concrete out of hemp. They make these fantastic, like alternative 2x4s, studs for building out of hemp. So there's really cool stuff going on. What concerns me,
and if you get enough college kids together and enough marijuana and hemp plants to make concrete, we could have people building pyramids for for generations. I get lost in all this. Here's my point. What I don't understand is hemp legal? Is hemp production legal as far as a federal law goes? Are we busting that? Here's my point. The federal government is coming out. This is the problem today, folks. The federal government is coming out with this signing, opening the government back up. In there somewhere, it says they're limiting THC from hemp to 0.4 milligrams per liter, whatever. And that's less than what we do, so that's going to change the whole industry in Minnesota. You got to calibrate stuff, you got to do stuff different. So we're kind of upset about that. What I don't understand is the federal government's kind of mad at Minnesota anyway because the federal government has no THC, no marijuana, and yet Minnesota says, heck with you, we're going to have marijuana. I don't care to get in this fight, but I seem to be lost in, because our attorney general sued to stop hemp. He's a part of this reason hemp is getting hit by the federal government. He sued the government to make the federal government to do this, Keith Ellison, and yet he's also the guy who's protecting our people from making marijuana, which is against the federal government. Can we do both sides? I'm getting lost.
So I don't know too much specifically about why Keith signed on this thing. I sat next to him yesterday. I probably could have asked him, but I don't know what that was all about.
You dropped names. I happened to be sitting by him yesterday, on the phone with him this morning. Okay.
But I will say one thing that's kind of weird is that, I mean, you know how business works. Like business wants reliability. Business wants stability in order to take risks and do things. And we got a lot of people who are investing in infrastructure to produce these cool new hemp things. And so I don't like screwing around with businesses while they're trying to get up and going and doing their thing. So that's my concern. But again, I don't know all the details on this one.
Okay, and we'll find out more as we go. But this seems so convoluted in that. So is there an agency that makes sure the hemp guy has 0.5% in the gummy bear? I mean, do we chop them up and melt them down and find out? Do we know that for sure? I mean, I know with beer. I actually did beer my own time, and you put a little stick in there, and it tells you how much, it's pretty easy. Can they do that with marijuana? I don't even know. Is it something I need to be worried about? My gummy bear might have more THC than I know, and I've not had any, by the way. I don't.
So that does happen sometimes, but that's under the Office of Cannabis Management. The growing for hemp for industrial reasons, I think, is under MDA. So I think they're in different spots. But I will say, I'm glad that you made beer. I tried to make beer once, and I don't think I've ever recovered. I think I may have done some sort of irreparable. I think I have webbed feet now because of the beer I tried to make.
It had such potential to make your own beer industry because I'm like, that's me, man. We'll have a Saturday and they talk about drink beers while you're making it. And I had 3 different blends and, oh, God, it was chunky. It horrible tasting. I spent more time designing my logo for the beer bottle than actually cleaning the beer bottles. Gave that away as a gift, a used gift to a brother.
Winked at me. I think from the bottle, it actually winked at me. It was sentient. Like it was an actual, I created a life form. It was not good. It was really bad.
I just oh, wow, they have that liquor store over there. I'll go buy beer that tastes good. Okay, so we're on the same sheet there. I want to throw this at you. I'm not anti-Target. Target, Minnesota company. I'm not trying to rip them. I think we've had some difference of opinion along the way. But they put out in a corporate letter the other day that their employees now must smile at people within 10 feet of them. And if you get within 4 feet of them, they must make verbal and or contact, like a handshake. How are you doing? Can I help you today, sir? They want to help the sales go up. I think that makes it creepy. If you're natural at it and you're just like one of those people, I'll walk away from you. And you're like, hey, how you doing, sir? Can I help you? It's like it's Target. No, I got it figured out. I would walk around. Now, if everyone's doing it, I'm sorry. Is that creepy? Your thoughts?
I think this is so beautifully ridiculous, man. I take this in 2 different directions. One, the first time someone does the fake smile at me, I'm going to give them a hug.
I'm so sorry. They're forcing you to do this. Oh, that's funny.
And the other thing is it's almost like the inverse of the high school dance where someone's holding a ruler to make sure you stay apart. I want to be the person that Target hires with a 4-foot stick who's out there saying no, that was 4, that was 3 feet and 11 inches.
We have you on film and they were well within your 4-foot zone and you did nothing. See, it's just so unnatural. I don't put that. There are folks that are just too cheesy. I mean, go to any store. They got that one that wants to be whatever. Fine. I can live with you. The others that want to hide themselves, I'm just doing my job, sir. Fine. I almost feel like I'm bothering them, like they're stocking a shelf and I'm looking for something. Hey, can I bother you for a second? Like, oh, my God, I'll never get this put away. Yes, sir. Where can I help you? I feel horrible doing that the way it is. But the idea that they will track me down now, if you're 10 feet, they got to make eye contact. How do I put this? They should now think this through. We're going to zone off pharmacy for this rule. Like the last thing you want is to talk about whatever in the heck you're looking for with some kid who's trying to just get the aspirin. He's like, yeah, preparation, it's over there. Preparation, I don't want it. I think you're going to have to knock that. That can't be store-wide.
There should be smiling and non-smiling lanes. Like when you walk in, there should be like, go this direction if you want to have a really fake artificial interaction with someone, and go this direction if you don't. But this is my real takeaway, and why I love this more than anything is the first time this happens to you, Al Travis, I want you to kiss the guy on the cheek. I want you to just go up and kiss him on the cheek and say, thank you so much for the affection. You brightened my day. This is my happiest moment ever. I'm just going to hang out in Target.
Doesn't it ruin it for there are normal people that work at these places. We all kick-started there somewhere, and just casual, got an eye contact, a little wave and a smile, how you doing? That person will now be, everyone's going to look at him and say, you just did that because you had to. Work's making you do it. They've taken away the genuineness of it, because unless, we're all going to think they're just good actors. Now, the other thing that came out this morning, and I don't know why it's a story. I don't know if there's just nothing to write about today. Target has also slashed prices on milk, butter, and eggs. That's a story to make the paper. Here's the thing. You think the reason that the Quick Trip is giving bananas out at like 6 pounds of bananas for $1 is because they just love you that much? They want you to come in and get your bananas, or while you're there, buy them super cookies they got right at the counter and the little, it's a loss leader. How does that make the front page of the news?
Well, that I don't know. I mean, I think it's a common thing in retail. Like Costco does that with their chickens, their rotisserie chickens that are only like $5. Oh. They lose money on every one of those chickens, but they get people to buy their memberships and come in and buy.
I was at Sam's Club the other day. I'm going through the meat department, and I swear, 15 people lined up at where the rotisserie chickeny thing will come out, but they were out. They were just waiting the last 5 to minutes. I'm like, wow. I just, for whatever reason, have never had 5 to 10 minutes to stand around waiting for a chicken to get done. I can't stand in a store that long. I got to go to break. Not that this has been highly enlightening. Appreciate your thoughts on Target. Senator Aric Putnam, I will get an email saying, why do you waste that man's time? We'll talk more stuff that'll waste his time right after this is Senator Aric Putnam.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Think about it. Now that school's back in session, how are Minnesota students doing? Not very well. Minnesota ACT scores fell again last year and are the lowest they've been in 10 years. In fact, fewer than half of Minnesota students can either read or do math at grade level. Think about it. We used to brag about our schools. Now we're losing to states like Mississippi. Visit AmericanExperiment.org for more information. Think About It is brought to you by Center of the American Experiment, Minnesota's think tank.
It's nice to know a guy that knows a guy. Al Travis.
I don't know if our friendship is big enough yet, but I'm thinking I could possibly get a law named after me, and this is the one I want. And he is Senator Aric Putnam. Senator, the big story in the paper today, because, again, nothing going on. No mow lawns. I showed like Eden Prairie, some really nice neighborhood, and this person had decided I think lazy, but they said it was for the environment, not mowing their lawn ever. It is literally Little House on the Prairie in the midst of all these beautiful manicured lawns, and then there's just this fuzzball of crap. Maybe you know which way I'm leaning on this. Anyway, saying they're trying to save the bees and the birds and gives them twigs this pickup and all this yada, yada, yada stuff. If you're going to live in the city, you have different rules. We cannot let this catch on. No way, no how. And here's where I'm going to throw it, and I'll give it to you. The house between me and Kathy, my other neighbor, went up, well, basically, guy lost his house. It's been basically foreclosed on. It's just sitting there for 3 years. It is what this lady's talking about. It is a forest in the middle of the city. My beautiful manicured lawn, Kathy's beautiful manicured lawn, and a natural sex bed for garden snakes, for frogs, for the dandelions, the summer, spring dandelion thing. It is, and Kathy, and God love her, scared to death, an older gal, scared to death of garter snakes. So I get $10 a garter snake. I don't know. I didn't really want to take her money, but it made for a great 4th of July, to be quite honest with you. This is not how we live in society. This cannot catch on. We need a law. No, live in a city. You want to go save the bird? Go live in a farm. Go live in a Little House on the Prairie. Raise garter snakes. This is not how civilized people live. Tell me I'm wrong.
I gotta admit, man, I turned off after the first like 5 seconds because when you said like a natural sex bed for snakes, I had this image in my head of you broadcasting Barry White across your neighbor's yard and just sitting there watching the snakes get busy. So that's where my mind was. So my answer is probably not going to be as concise and purposeful as you'd hope, but it's your fault because you distracted me with your snake
That is
porn.
not me.
So I think part of I think there's an important distinction to make here. Like, there's a difference between just being a slug and not mowing your lawn and doing a deliberate natural prairie. I would love to have a deliberate natural prairie, but I'm not smart or disciplined enough. Like some of those people, they know how to do it. Looks gorgeous. That's awesome. Other people just don't mow their lawn, and still other people just like seeing snakes make out. So it's a world of options when it comes to people's yards.
True story. When we were kids, maybe this is my whole anti-garter snake thing. True story. My dad had a very large acreage, had a little ball field just big enough for us to play ball in. And right again, it was the weeds, the forest where snakes do their thing. And my brother, I remember he's running around third base, kind of wet. He slides, he lands on a very puffy portion of the weeds. I've never seen a human being jump straight up in the air except in cartoons. He jumps up, and I'm telling you, 200 garter snakes. It was garter snake den compiling out of this thing. My brother was gone. I've never seen more garter snakes. They're nasty animals. They should not be in the city. And if you live in the city, there's a reason. You want to live out in the woods, go live in the woods. Don't give me this crap. I'll tell you the other one. And I love Carl. Carl, my old neighbor, he's a bird guy. And this should be outlawed. He had a bird feeder in his backyard, but up a bird feeder for every type of bird known to man. And he called, Al, you see the hummingbird? No, they're very small. You don't see that many from here, Carl. And then whatever bird, he'd tell me about it. You know how I knew which bird were in the area? They're all crapping on my car. They were coming, diving in to get the food, and they're crapping on my car. This is why we don't live in the woods. This is why we live in a city. So we should stop the number of people that can feed birds in the city. True.
It kind of makes some sense. I'm kind of libertarian when it comes to people's houses. People should be able to do what they want to do on their own house. But when they got birds crapping on your car, I think that's a potential issue. But
Snakes coming in your yard. My wife is not a snake person. Kathy's not a snake person. We don't need the snakes in the city.
Well, I'm pretty sure also on some front that some of the people who listen to the show are probably GOP activists. So I'm really hoping to see the mailer that says Aric Putnam supports snake porn. I'm hoping to see it. Is all I'm saying.
You're libertarian. Will come back. Yes, I do. You do you. I do me.
Ridiculous things they're going to say about me anyway. So let's do it. Let's go with it. At least it's funny.
I appreciate you a ton, sir. We're out of time, and I'm going to get letters. This is what you talk to a state senator about. Sometimes that's what there is. It's on the front page. Senator Aric Putnam. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, brother. See you next week.
You bet.
Tired of one-sided media and